One of the most common questions that I get about this ascension into the new earth is, well, when is it happening? Why do we have to wait for it? And the truth is, you don't have to wait for it. It is already happening. And in today's message, I'm going to break down for you some major events into this timeline shift as we step into the new earth. And then I'm also going to share with you a channeled integration message, meaning a message that's about integrating a lot of the powerful energies that our galactic family sends to us, because they are here supporting us, guys. We are not alone. You are not alone. And you came to this planet at this point in time specifically and precisely for this mission, to help this planet ascend. It is a massive mission, I know, but we have tons of support. And then I'm also going to share with you an energy update. One of the things that they've shared with me about what it is important to focus on in the next week or so. So, you ready for it? Let's dive in. As many of you know, we have been through a couple of different phases already of this timeline shift. Well, more specifically, we are in the midst of the second phase. So the first phase in this modern day and age, because this is a process that's been around for a long time, we were, at 2012, we were in the awakening phase. This is when a lot of people started waking up. This is when a lot of the first wavers became aware of their mission, or the ones that had already become aware, they were ready to step in to lead the next phase, the next phase of this new earth timeline shift, because the first wavers set up a lot of the things that we're working with now. They were the ones that set up the path for somebody, the second, the third wavers, and everyone else who's here to experience this timeline shift. So, as I sat with the galactic family, more specifically the Pleiadians, who I channel under a trance state, and I've been channeling them since I was 5, one of the things that they shared is that, and a bit of a disclaimer as I go into these following events, they said, do not be so focused on what physically transpires, but understand that anything that transpires is there to lead to the next phase. And even though in the moment it might seem painful, even tragic at times, they said everything has a purpose. So from 2012 to 2020, we were in this awakening phase. And then in 2020, there was an orchestrated event. But even this orchestrated event had its own benefits, because it led to so many more people waking up. It led to actually a lot of people in the second wavers becoming aware of their mission. And it now is making it possible for the third wavers to awaken to their mission and to start activating their mission here to help this planet ascend. Now, here are some of the things that are going to unfold. So as we're healing, so is planet Earth. And as she heals, there's going to be a massive release of her own pent-up energy for having to put up with all this madness that all these different souls and all these galactic souls coming in and who have worked with this planet in different ways, she's going to release. And we're going to experience this release as massive weather events and geographic events. There's going to be the rift, there's going to be the separation of continents, there's going to be tsunamis and volcanoes, and especially there's a massive tectonic movement of tectonic plates happening right now. They said in a massive body of water, and it's going to bring about some events that are going to seem maybe even a bit scary and tragic at the time, but they said it's going to lead to even more souls awakening, to even more souls aligning with this new earth timeline. Now, they said as we're shifting from 3D to 5D, there is going to be an even stronger resistance and pullback from the matrix to want to stay the way that it has, which is why there is Agenda 2030, because these forces know that we're about to step into this new earth, and they want to make sure to solidify their version of reality and trap in as many souls as possible. So this is where we enter the third stage from 26 and beyond. Solar activity is going to go up, and it's going to affect our physical bodies in very powerful ways, but eventually this is going to lead to crystallizations in our bodies, changing in such massive ways, and I'm going to do a separate video just on this. So right now, we're about to, in 2025, we're about to end this cycle that we're in right now, the acceleration phase, and pay attention to summer 2025. That's what they said. And energies are going to slow down a bit in 2024, especially after the elections in the United States, because they said that's going to not be what anyone expected. And so as we enter in 2025, energy is going to start speeding up, especially around spring solstice, and then it's going to be nonstop until then. And they said that things like all the major systems will change in massive ways: education, healthcare, money, they said, is a big one, because they said more and more people are becoming aware how this money is not what so many of you were raised to believe that it is. It's not real, it's fake. And so different monetary systems will be set in place. Some of these will be created by the Matrix to keep us trapped in this rat race, but they said that there are light workers working to make sure that there are new monetary systems that bring so much more freedom, that bring so much more equalization to that whole concept that we have of money. And a lot of this insanity that we're going to experience between now and especially 27 and 28, everything is going to peak. And then they said, as you enter this final phase, there's going to be a rebalancing. And they said, this is where the crystallization of the human bodies is going to happen. And of course, between in the next 2 to 3 years, they said there's going to be disclosure, and it's going to happen in phases. And of course, the first phase has already happened. So many of us are already in contact with the galactic family, but they said there are going to be more people who never even thought about, the galactic family, who were in complete, not just in denial, but rejecting these ideas. They're going to start to have encounters. And they said this is where things are going to start to get wild, because you're going to see people who completely denied and pushed this stuff away and even judged it. And they're going to have encounters and start to receive communication. They said, of course, you are being prepared to become all natural channelers of source energy, because that's what you came to this planet to do. And they said, as we step into the late 2020s, they said, as you step into crystallizations and your bodies begin to change, there is going to be even greater revelations of truth, because they said people are going to start to be so much more in tune because of the work that the light workers are putting in helping each other and this planet heal, that they said you will be able to sniff out when others are telling the truth and when they are lying. And this is another interesting thing that came up, which I found that it was a bit religious in nature, and I didn't grow up religious, but they said that during now and until 24, end of 24, 25 or so, they said that you're going to become aware of who the Antichrist is. And the way that I interpreted it, because I'm not necessarily, part of Christian religion or anything, I don't have a background in it, but they said that basically you're going to become aware of those energies that are really trying to keep people in the dark. And they said the Antichrist is a war criminal. This was a bit intense and interesting. And I said, what do you mean? And they said, it's not necessarily someone who has fought in a war, but it is someone who has, through their choices and decisions and the physical power that they have over people, they have pushed and made sure and even instigated massive wars. And they said, as this love consciousness begins to take over this planet, the darkness, as you are more illuminated, the darker corners of planet Earth will be lit up. So in this next part, I want to share with you some energy updates that came through for this week. And I was really touched by them, because one of the things that the galactic family shared with me, and I have a sense that many of you have been receiving this information as well during this time. They said, as everything is being illuminated and so much light is pouring into each one of you, they said you are beginning to integrate. You are beginning to integrate this light into your bodies. And I have a lovely, lovely message directly channeled from them in order to sort of solidify this integration into your physical and psychic body, an energy body. But they said, as this is happening, it's kind of causing some mayhem within, all right? Because it's in a way detoxifying you. And in that process, it's releasing a lot of the pent up emotions and energy, and it can be very, very overwhelming. And they said it's very important to ground during this time. And the image that they sent was feet in the grass, feet on the sand, and feet in water. And they said, as you ground, you are able to connect with yourself in a deeper way. Because they said one of the things that is really needed right now is to cultivate that inner trust. Because they said so many of the light workers, the starseeds and the chosen one, have come in with so much light and trust. But they said sometimes this trust is put outside of themselves, and you're not reaping the benefits of really building that inner trust. Because they said that is how you cultivate within you the ability to receive pure messages from source. And they said one of the great ways to do this is through play. And they said creative play and creative expression. So they said everyone has the ability to create and to play. It is something you have been doing, or you were doing when you were young. Every child does this. And they said this is something that you can continue to do. So what I would suggest, if you have a creative practice, dance, painting, anything really, begin to have a way to play with it during the day, even if it's for a few minutes a day. And if you don't, now's the time to explore. Because they said that play softens us up. And they said in this softness, you step away from the critical aspects of you that keep you in judgment, that keep you in this state of overwhelmment. And they said it lowers resistance, and you are able to receive more easily. You are able to receive all this incredible illumination that's pouring into planet Earth. And that leads me to this final part. I have this lovely channeled integration for you to help you in this process. And remember, you are greatly supported in this journey. As you come into union with the fullness of who you are, we want you to remember to connect with your feelings and your emotions. During this transmission, do not pay so much attention to the words, but begin to pay attention to your physical bodies. Begin to pay attention to the sensations. Begin to pay attention to a great feeling that begins to arise within your soul and permeates your whole being. It is very important for you to begin doing this, because this is how you connect with your inner being. This is how you connect with your higher being. And so very gently, we'd like for you to place one hand on your heart and one hand on your belly. And begin to breathe gently into your heart and into your belly. This air that you are breathing is not simply air. This air that you are breathing, it is infused with the love of your ancestors. It is infused with the love of your true galactic family. It is infused with powerful downloads that are aligning and unlocking your DNA so that you can have fuller access to all of you. Not just the physical dimensional you, but the spiritual, non-physical, multi-dimensional you, because there are many versions of you living at the same time in different timelines. And as you begin to unify yourself with all of these versions of you, you begin to create a reality in this very moment that is incredibly powerful. So keep on breathing and filling yourself up with this incredible light. And this light is permeating from the top of your head, your crown chakra, and pouring into your third eye, allowing you to have the vision. The vision allows you to not simply see clearly the truth, but to manifest reality from your higher self. And then this energy begins to pour forth into your throat chakra, and you are able to express yourself clearly. And as this energy travels its way into your heart chakra, you are able to feel the goodness that is surrounding you. You are able to process all of the emotions that come through into and out of your body, and you are able to alchemize any and all emotions into greater well-being, into greater fun, into greater play, into greater joy, into greater enlightenment. And as this energy travels into your belly, it begins to unlock all of your psychic powers, all of your psychic secrets. And these secrets and powers allow you to see beyond the physical, see beyond what already is and what is possible, what has been and what will be. And you have full access to the Akashic records. And then this energy travels beyond and into your solar plexus. And the solar plexus absorb the sunlight. They absorb the energy coming forth from the sunlight that is able to heal your body, that is able to regenerate all of the cells of your body. And this energy pours into your sacral chakra, clearing out any resistance, clearing out any pain, clearing out any forceful events, instead allowing for the flow of life. And this energy now travels freely into your body, resetting, healing, and integrating all that is available to you. And there is so much available to you. As this energy integrates into your being, you come into full alignment with Source. You come into full alignment with your higher being. And you find that you are one. In this oneness, you are powerful. In this oneness, you are strong. In this oneness, you are a creator. In this oneness, you hold the key that unlocks all doors. And behind each one of these doors is exactly what you need at any point in time to live and be your fullest, most light-filled being. And so it is, now and forever. You are one.